Hi, welcome to the Kate Show. With me today is Steve Rifkin. How's it going, Steve?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. So, Steve Reno. Now, you know, that's like my favorite thing to come out of the Lead Off Film Productions universe. But he's just such a weird character, like a kooky character.
Yes, he is.
Why do people love him?
Because he's totally wacky, he's out of his mind, but he takes himself so seriously.
Girls, come on. More mojo. This ain't no convent.
He knows in his heart that he is the man. People love him because he's confident of who he is, and he loves to help anybody.
It's true. He does.
But he is wacky.
I was going to say, he's got a way with words, man.
Yes, he does. You do need a translator for him.
Yeah.
I need a translator for when I play him because I have no idea what I'm saying in Steve Reno Hepcat speak. So I need someone to tell me what he's saying in English so I know how to act as him.
That's great. Now I want to just switch gears a little here. You had a recording studio back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And you were doing a bunch of stuff then. And now you're recording and engineering again.
Yes, I am. About a year or so ago, I met up with Jimmy Brown, a very multi-talented musician in Baltimore. And Jimmy and I have really bonded and have been able to expand what I could do recording-wise. I'm working on songs, the types of music that I've always wanted to. And I'm getting the ability to go in and do more production decisions than just engineering decisions because as a co-producer and co-arranger, I get to have my say in a song too, which is really nice because I have ideas too, and Jimmy and I really meld together very well. And having a great time doing it too. And we're coming up with some really terrific tunes. Tell
me about what kind of music are you guys working on?
They have hints of a little bit of maybe Beatles flair, a lot of pop in them, the nice melodies, the poppy melodies, big harmonies. I do harmonies, that's my thing. I love to sing, which is why I started the studio in the first place.
Cool.
And this gives me an opportunity to do that. But I really wanted to make just real bright, bubbly pop. So a little bit of 60s elements in them, a little bit of 70s elements in them, a bit of ELO-ish, Jeff Lynne-ish, Beatles, a little bit of Queen, that type of thing where you get the kind of pop. And I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really dig a lot of the stuff that you guys have been doing. I can't wait to hear the next song.
And we're working on one. We're almost done.
Very cool. Yes. So getting back to films and stuff, mm-hmm. You're a bit of a screenwriter. I know that you've done two very different movies. There was The Fixer, The Power of Balance, which you had a little bit of help with the story.
Yes,
Ryan Thomas wrote the story for that. And then you've got Rise and Fall in Love, which is just a wacky, musical comedy where, The Fixer's more like an action, kung fu, buddy cop thing.
Sure.
So two totally different kinds of stories and two totally different kinds of preparation. Tell me about that.
Well, let me give you a really quick background. Back in college, I started studying film before I moved into doing computers, which is what I do now.
Oh.
But with film, I wanted to be behind the camera, or I like to be in front of the camera because I'm a ham. but behind the camera, special effects, cinematography, filming, that's what I wanted to do. And I was told I'd have to go into just doing screenwriting and directing, and that was not my thing until I met Lee Dahl. And once I met Lee Dahl, he kind of got me into getting in front of the camera, but as long as I start doing some other things I haven't done before, and I got a big inspiration from Lee. He says, you can write a screenplay. And I'm like, no, I can't. He said, yes, you can. And so I said, yes, sir, I will. And I went and did. I found it much easier working on The Fixer, the first Fixer Power Balance movie, having a treatment, some kind of the scenes all laid out for me, because at that point, I could write the dialogue. And I enjoy writing dialogue. It's harder for me to come up with story ideas, but if I know what's going on in the scene, I see it in my head, so I start writing out the dialogue that I would hear if I were watching it live in my head.
That's very interesting.
So I do that. Rise and Fall in Love was just a fun movie and lots of stuff going on in it, and for my portion of the screenplay, I got some general outline of what's supposed to be going on, but it gave me a chance to actually come up with some story ideas, throw little bits in here and there. And so that was a lot of fun too. But I do enjoy having an outline for me.
That's cool. And then you sing a song in that movie too, right? That's your song over the end credits.
I do.
And then you have a little scene in the movie too where you're singing.
Yes, and I don't think I'd ever been so scared as having to do that scene, because
Are you
here
serious?
I am playing guitar and singing, which I don't generally do at the same time. And being with the bad memory I have, it just makes me more nervous. So when I'm doing this part, I'm doing this in front of a band, a seasoned band who's very talented, and I'm playing with a group called Clear for Takeoff, and it's for me, who can't really do it in front of these people who really can do it, because I don't play live, not yet. That's going to happen.
Nice.
I decided I was just going to have to try to do my best, and it came out. And the song over the end credits came out okay. I was very happy with that. And it was my first, I guess, published recording.
That's great. That's really incredible. Recently, I've been told you won a costume contest dressed as a famous sailor.
Oh my gosh. I and my wife Lauren, we dressed as Popeye and Olive Oil at Jeppy's Entertainment Museum for their annual cosplay masquerade party.
Nice.
And we won the best couples contest for this masquerade, and had a great time doing it. And I realized I like to dress up as other people and not just myself.
Let's get that picture up on the screen. Let's see what he's talking about here.
Yeah,
oh, look at that.
That's me.
You two are adorable.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun doing it. We got a lot of pictures that night, and we want to do more of that. We just got to come up with some really good ideas for next year to try to beat that.
Cool.
It's kinda hard.
All right.
But,
Steve Rifkin, costume designer and actor and singer and producer, engineer guy.
Talk show guest.
And writer. You're amazingly talented, Steve. Thank you for being with
Kate.
us today.
I was very happy to be here today, and it's great. I'm glad you're doing the show, and I can't wait to watch more episodes.
Cool. You'll come back on again sometime?
Absolutely, anytime you ask.
Yes. All right. Tune in, turn on Tuesdays, The Kate Show, right here. Like and subscribe, please.
I dig her.
And I dig him too. Thank you. And come again for more Kate Show.